Steam Next Fest is back, which means hundreds of free demos, and realistically, no way to try them all in a single week. So I did the scrolling and the testing for you, and picked 10 cozy demos that are truly worth your time. Some are relaxing, some are nostalgic, some are funny, and one completely caught me off guard. Let's start with one that looks simple at first, but has more going on than you might expect. At first glance, Nippets seems like a classic hidden object game. The premise is pretty simple. You explore different maps and search for all kinds of items. But instead of handing you a checklist, the game gives you short descriptions of what you are looking for, and those descriptions reveal pieces of the story. And once you find an item, you also have to figure out where it belongs and place it back in the right spot. That's what makes Nippets feel more engaging than your typical hidden object game. You're not just mindlessly scanning the screen, you're slowly learning more about the world while solving these bite-sized puzzles. You can also interact with the environment in cute little ways, like shaking trees, petting cats, or even peeking through windows. But if you're in the mood for something more story-driven, the next demo might be right up your alley. If you've played the previous Coffee Talk games, you'll feel right at home in Coffee Talk Tokyo. This entry transports you to modern-day Tokyo, where humans and yokai live side by side. You run a late-night coffee shop, and you're technically a barista, but really, you're a listener. The conversations are the heart of the game, with drink-making woven in between, and that simplicity is exactly why it works. Each customer walks into your cafe carrying their own struggles and hopes. Even though the demo is short, I found myself genuinely invested in their stories. Ayame especially stood out to me, a ghost caught between words, unable to move on. The pixel art is stunning and the lo-fi soundtrack is also on point. If you enjoy dialogue-heavy games, this one is an easy recommendation. Now, from neon-lit Tokyo, let's move somewhere a little quieter. inKONBINI takes place in a small-town convenience store in early 19th Japan. You play as Makoto, a college student helping out at her aunt's shop. The game features some light management elements, restocking shelves, organizing products, but the real focus is on your customers. In the demo, you meet a regular named Chief. You recommend him some noodles, help him pick out food for his cat, and through those small everyday interactions, you slowly start to get to know him. It may sound mundane on paper, but that's kind of the magic of it. There's something incredibly warm and nostalgic about this demo, but the next one completely shifts the mood. Moomintroll Winter Swarm really surprised me. I was expecting a simple cozy adventure, but it turned out to be much more melancholic and slightly unsettling. The demo opens with Moomintroll waking up too early from hibernation and stepping into a wintry Moomin Valley that feels colder and emptier than he remembers. You explore, solve environmental puzzles, and meet other characters. But what stood out to me was the atmosphere. There's this constant balance between comfort and quiet unease. By the time the demo ended, it had completely won me over, and the game went straight onto my wishlist. But if that one feels a bit too chilly for your taste, don't worry, the next title is much more upbeat. Puni the Florist absolutely oozes personality, and it's genuinely funny. You play as Puni, who suddenly finds herself in charge of a magical flower shop, thanks to a slightly odd, but very endearing, fairy. From there, your job is to create bouquets based on your customers' requests. What I really liked is that the game never feels stressful or overly strict. Each order comes with a few guidelines, but you still have plenty of freedom to experiment and arrange the flowers however you think looks best. The customers even react to the specific combinations and decorations you choose, which makes everything feel a bit more personal. And if you'd rather decorate entire words instead of bouquets, the next demo might be for you. Garden Ink is all about creativity. It's a cozy sandbox where you slowly shape your little world, with no pressure, no objectives, no stakes. Just you and a blank canvas that gradually fills with life. You can combine decorations to create entirely new pieces, and most items can be arranged in multiple ways, which gives you a surprising amount of freedom. You can even color your word however you like, or keep everything in black and white. The music and sound design are also really lovely and make the whole experience super relaxing. It's the kind of demo you open just to try, and then suddenly realize you've been decorating for way longer than planned. Now, if you find organizing things weirdly satisfying, you'll probably love Suitcase Stories. It's very much in the same spirit as unpacking or a little to the left. You're packing all sorts of bags. A grandmother's suitcase, a kid's backpack, even a bento box. There's no timer, no score, and no way to mess up. You just move things around until everything fits nicely into place. Some puzzles even have more than one solution if you feel like experimenting a bit, but there's no pressure to find them all. What I really like though is the subtle storytelling in each level. The items you pack hint at who this person is and what their life might look like. It's a short demo, but it's really fun to play through. If organizing suitcases feels a little too contained, let's step outside for a bit. Outbound is a charming exploration game where you travel through a colorful world in your own camper van. Along the way, you gather resources, craft tools and machines, and slowly turn your van into a cozy little home on wheels. There are no timers or urgent objectives pushing you forward. You are free to take things at your own pace and just enjoy the scenery. The art style is beautiful. It actually reminds me a bit of Firewatch. You can even play the demo with friends, which always makes things more enjoyable. If Outbound is all about the journey, the next game is about patience. In the Artisan of Glimmith, you restore stained glass artworks in a kingdom above the clouds. You are free to choose whatever colors you like, but each puzzle comes with a specific set of rules you have to follow. The levels gradually become more challenging, but never to the point of being frustrating, and finishing each one feels especially satisfying, because you are not just solving a puzzle, you are creating a piece of art. The game also has this calm, almost meditative feel to it, and visually, it's just breathtaking. And for the final pick, I saved the most ridiculous demo. You know those totally accurate medieval cut drawings? Now you get to make your own in Scriptorium Master of Manuscripts. In this title, you run a manuscript workshop and take on commissions from clients. You can use a wide range of elements to create wonderfully bizarre illustrations. What I love most about this demo is how completely unserious it is, while still fully committing to the medieval bit. The humor, the art style, the music, it all just works. And even if you don't think of yourself as creative, I feel like this one kind of pulls it out of you. That's it for my cozy picks from this Steam Next Fest. Let me know in the comments which demo you're planning to try, or if I missed one that I absolutely need to check out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!